Hello ladies and gentlemen, Yessik here again today to bring you the patch notes for the new version of, I forget what this is called, Castle Story, Castle Crashers. Anyways, surprisingly enough, my castle from the last little series broke, but a new version came out and it fixes a lot of problems, makes it a bit less bogged down, and I'm going to be starting up the series again soon. So now I'm just going to bring up the Castle Crashers notes here, so I can read them off to you and kind of demonstrate some of what's been going on. Okay, so this came out yesterday, and there's major bug fixes, minor bug fixes, and changelog. I find some of the major bugs to be minor and some of the minor bugs to be major, but that's just my opinion. So I'll start reading off the major bug fixes. Fixed the buttons that don't work in the world editor, so now apparently the world editor is usable. Reduce the loading time for dynamic objects. Here, let's get a better view of this. There we go. Prevented the output log from growing indefinitely, so that just speeds up the game, makes sure it doesn't get bogged down. Fixed the return to game button, so if I go here and if I exit and press return to game, I can open the menu again. Surprise, surprise. Prevent 5 new bricktons from spawning when loading. Prevent the save from failing when logging group is in the world. Fix a situation in which a barrel would stick to a bricktron's belly. Beams and planks can now be removed by bricktons. When adding a level in a mine, stairs are now created appropriately. I had problems with that in the past, but not recently. So minor bug fixes now. Lumber groups are no longer duplicated when creating a cutting zone. So there's a few things with lumber groups here, but as you can see, I have a lumber group and I have a zone selected. If I create a new one, it just moves. So there we go. Never mind. Oh yeah, it's when I start out creating a group. So let's close both these groups. Yes. Yes. Okay, so it used to open up a group, then open up a second group once I created a logging zone. Now it doesn't. And it has this lovely little animation here. It shows you how big it is. You can increase, decrease that. So now you kind of know what areas of lumber you're cutting. Reduce the disk space required to save mines. Fix the visual bug for cancelled mines. So it used to still show this little icon once you've cancelled the mine. It doesn't do that anymore. Tunnel schematics now load correctly. I'll really have to get the hang of tunnels because I have no idea how they work in this current game and I'd like to make a video on them. The password text fields no longer has issues with copy-paste. Groups are no longer duplicated during loading. Mines are now associated correctly to a group when loading. Trees are now correctly detected by logging zones. That's another big one for me. Debug spawned bricktons are now removed from their group when they die. I used to have a huge problem with this, where basically I'd have to move them all to their own group to kill them, and then move them and then delete the groups for them to disappear, and that was kind of a weird workaround. The crystal no longer duplicates after each load. Items of bricktons carrying their hands no longer duplicate after each task change, which is a big one too because that prevented them from changing tasks very easily. Let's see. Deleted stockpiles no longer affect pathfinding. The login will now time out if it cannot connect. Phantom block mesh will detect other groups to hide adjacent faces. I don't exactly know what that means, but it sounds good and it sounds like it has something to do with building more efficiently, so I'm happy about that. And tools are now deselected when construction group is deselected. And we have actual music. So here you see I have a barrel. I've selected a barrel. I'll build a couple barrels just like here and here. And now if I head to the mining group, I no longer have barrels selected, so it isn't necessary for me to constantly be unclicking it. So now there's change logs. Change logs include added a lumber zone radius as well as circles around selected tree. Gravel and loose blocks are temporarily no longer loaded to avoid issues during loading. So you see all these loose blocks right here. Yeah, those aren't going to be loaded just because it bogs down the game. So that's what that means there. Updated camera controls. So to actually move around with the arrow keys, I no longer have to hold spacebar. But to adjust the camera, I still have to use the spacebar. I can't just right click. The game now still runs when you're out of focus in windowed mode, so as you can see, I'll drag the whole patch notes thing over here, and you can see they're still working in the background, so that's always a good thing. And a few more. Added volume sliders, added better login error feedback, volume sliders right here. So I can adjust the music volume here. Turn it back down. Added, the time of day is now saved with the game. Remove the confirmation prompt when deleting an empty group. Reduce the cricket population to make them less annoying. Very much appreciated. The construction group tab now shows the phantom block count. And task BSWDS econs and objects are now deleted along with the group they're in. Task beacons? I think something went really wrong there because that's really strange. Anyways, that is it for the patch notes. So you can tell the game's running pretty smoothly now. I decided the world editor tools weren't working out for me, so right now I'm having the miners actually level out the land for me. And let's just get a good view on that. And they are almost done. So when the land is entirely level, and let's go into this mining group to see how big I made it. When this land is entirely level, I will get to making a castle in a place where the world editing tools will not eventually break it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the patch notes. I hope you are still keeping up with my channel. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. I don't say that very often, but I'm feeling lonely in this channel. It's so desolate. It's like hiding in a desert. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.